Hello everyone and welcome to Sharp Dress Gaming. I'm your host Richard, and today we are here with a new series that I was a little worried about starting, but I decided to go ahead and do it just because this channel kind of more focuses on competitive play with Pokemon. We do have like our main series, Let's Play or Nuzlocke or whatever is going on at the time that goes up almost every day, but we do a lot of the competitive stuff like VGC and singles and all that stuff. And one of the biggest names in competitive play, especially for singles right now, is Smogon. They're not the official rules for Pokemon, but they are followed by a lot of people for rules. And it's just kind of an easy guideline to go by when you're going in singles, because then you're not running into things that are just super overpowered. So a lot of people do kind of follow the guidelines of Smogon, even if they don't like them all the time. So I figured we might as well just cover some things from Smogon, and it'll just kind of be news and update stuff. It'll be casual. Maybe sometimes we'll have other people once I have a new computer that can handle Skype and that kind of stuff. But today it's just going to be me talking at you guys. Little gameplay in the background, because I did have to try it out to kind of see how it is going. And we're going to be covering the ban of Mawilite to Ubers. Now, after the ban of Aegislash, they suspect tested Mawilite, and it did go to Ubers. It did get banned to Ubers along with Mega Kangaskhanite, Gengarite, Lucarioite, I guess Blazikenite, even though Blaziken was already in Ubers, so it didn't really need to be banned up there with it. But it's all that kind of stuff. And now, I'm going to try and take a neutral stand to this, because I really don't feel strongly either way on this subject. Even though Mega Mawile is my favorite Mega currently, I feel like even if I had more of a stand, I would rather just give you the facts for both sides, because I feel as too many internet personalities right now trying to take that really strong stand, especially against Smogon, and it gives people a false idealism or idea of Smogon. And I kind of had that too, where because other people were saying that it was terrible, I also thought it was terrible. But actually looking at these things, Smogon kind of knows what they're doing. And again, it's not the official thing, even though a lot of people do follow it. So you can go running around with Mega Mawile all you want on Wi-Fi, and they're not going to stop you. It's just going to be things like Showdown and other websites that are going to be following Smogon rules that you're going to be seeing this. But again, it all depends on who's running it, what's going on with it. So let's actually get into this. Again, I mentioned Aegislash recently being banned to Ubers, and a lot of that was because of Xerneas. I'm sure you're seeing in the background Xerneas wrecks house in Ubers. And it's getting to the point where either they're going to have to ban Xerneas itself, or they're going to have to make a new tier for Xerneas, because they've been talking about that already because Mega Gengar is being suspect tested right now, and Xerneas would be up there. The Arceus forms would probably be up there. A lot of they just make a tier above Ubers for all those bigger threats, and that's not what we're talking about today. I was just about to get into it, but we're focusing on Mega Mawile right now, or Mawilite. And I think what really brought around the suspect test for Mega Mawile was the fact that Xerneas is wrecking house, because Aegislash kinda helps it, but not really. Because Xerneas can just take him out with the hidden power fire pretty quick. Again, Mawile, probably the same thing. It's going to be taken out pretty quick by that, but I think it also helps counter Xerneas with the steel typing. Because a lot of Xerneas are going to be running the Moonblast or the Psyshock or Focus Blast and then Hidden Power Fire, usually. Those are the more common sets, with Geomancy, of course, in the Power Herb. So I think part of it was that Mawile is going to be a good counter for Xerneas. And along with that, if you're taking Mawile out of OU to bring to Ubers for that Xerneas counter, it also kind of opens up OU for more Pokemon to be coming into. Like Black Kirami X is a big one that got brought down to borderline because Aegislash and Mega Mawile absolutely destroy it. A lot of those dragons are going to be coming back into OU, I'm sure. Salamence has been bopping up and down between UU and OU, and I'm sure he's going to stay in OU now until he gets his Mega, of course. But like even normal Mawile of its typing, of Steel Fairy, because it's a very good typing, essentially you're only keeping Steel's weaknesses, I think. Let me think. Except you lose Fighting, so it only has 2 weaknesses. And I love running my Mawile, normal Mawile, Intimidate, Stealth Rock, Fire Fang, Sucker Punch, and Pain Split is what I usually run with normal Mawile. But again, Mega Mawile is just so overpowered as well in OU. It can destroy a lot of things. Things like Fire Fang, Sucker Punch, Play Rough, Iron Head, Swords Dance to double your attack. I mean, once you're a Mega Mawile, your attack stat, let me bring this up here. The attack stat of Mega Mawile by itself, base 105, if you're an Adamant with max IV, max EVs, it can get up to 339. And then you calculate in the huge power boost, and that's 678 for its overall attack stat. I'm just gonna pull something up here. Deoxys attack, I think, is one of the higher attackers. That's the one I've seen it put up against a lot for comparison. I'm just trying to find it here. Scrolling down the bottom, Cerebi. And let's see your stats. Defense form, speed form, attack form. Deoxys attack can get only up to 504. And that's a Pokemon that's based on attack. I don't know if they have an easy way to get to highest attack stat Pokemon. Let's see here. But yeah, even like, yeah, Deoxys attack is based on attack, and Mawile is still how many? 174 points over that. Let's see, Cerebi. Yeah, Deoxys attack is supposed to be the highest one with 504, and then like Rampardos is 471, Slacking 460. So Mega Mawile has the highest attack stat of any Pokemon that I can see here. I'm trying to find a Azumarill because Azumarill has the huge power ability as well. Dialga, Zangoose has a higher attack stat, huh? Zangoose has 361. We're not talking about Zangoose right now, though. Let's see if I can find it here. Cerebi Azumarill. Nothing but the classiest of videos here for you guys. But again, this is just kind of a more laid-back video just to bring stats to you guys. Alright, so I got Azumarill here. Oh, Azumarill's attack stat sucks. It has a 50 attack stat. Azumarill's highest attack it can get to is 218, and then you times that by 2 for huge power, and that's 6, carry the 1, 3, 436, 436, which again, that's over 200 less than Mega Mawile. So Mega Mawile's base attack stat is just so high. It can usually 2-hit knockout everything in OU. And even so in Ubers, sorry, it still hits tons of things in Ubers, and even it doesn't even just counter Xerneas with the Iron Head. There's also so many dragons in Ubers, like Giratina, Palkia, Dialga. Even though Dialga's part steel, you can I think you still play rough it, but it won't do as much. I'm trying to think of other dragons in Ubers. Rayquaza, just all those guys are now going to be countered by Mega Mawile as well. And part of it too is they're trying to build Ubers to be a more competitive tier, because as of right now, it's just kind of everything that's too powerful to be in the other tiers is just thrown there, and everybody's like, oh, you can't use them, I guess. But Ubers itself is its own competitive tier, and you really don't see much variety unless people are bringing stuff up from the tiers below, because there isn't that many in there right now. So a lot of Showdown is either just a team that essentially makes room for Xerneas to get set up and start going, which even this team I made for Mega Mawile works that way, where it's just, hey, let's get Xerneas up and then we can just wreck house. But yeah, it's either Xerneas teams or teams from, like, people bring UU teams up to Ubers because there are good players and they want to show that those Pokemon work as well. And gimmick teams like those Aeron and Endeavor teams that are just stupid and people just being dumb. In my opinion, if you play that way, that's your way to play, I guess, but in my opinion, they're so easy to get around and they're just really gimmicky and dumb. And you see a lot of those in Ubers, as well as other weird gimmicks that don't really work, because if you know what you're doing, you can take one look at the team and say, this is what they're trying to do, and get rid of it. But again, bringing Mega Mawile starts increasing the amount of Pokemon in Ubers. I think it's one of those Megas that will probably actually be used a lot more in Ubers once it is officially banned up there, because when I checked, I think you could still use it in OU, which was on August 24th, which was a Sunday. And I think it was banned on Friday. But, like, you don't really see Mega Kangaskhan or Mega Lucario in Ubers. You see Mega Gengar because of that. Because Destiny Bond, Shadow Tag works out pretty well. That's why they're looking at banning it. But I think Mega Mawile you'll see a lot more in Ubers. Mega Kangaskhan's probably around quite a bit. I don't really see Mega Lucario, just because in singles he's so frail, especially in Ubers, that he gets knocked out pretty quick. Whereas in OU he was able to get set up and knock everybody out. So that's kind of why he's in Ubers. Because I'm trying to think here. Because either they should make a tier right below Ubers, in between Ubers and OU, and get a lot of Pokemon in there, or do what they've been talking about and make another tier above Ubers for Xerneas, Mega Gengar, and all that kind of stuff. That's my personal opinion on that. Again, I was trying to be as neutral as I can, but it's kind of hard when you're talking about this kind of stuff. But there are other things where, because like even when I was playing, it's hard to keep Mega Mawile going in Ubers quite a bit, so you might not actually see him as much, because there's so many things that are so much faster than him and do so much damage to him that it's hard for him to stay alive for more than a turn. So it's really not worth using its Swords Dance even in Ubers. The one I was running was Sucker Punch, Play Rough, Fire Fang, and Iron Head. And that was working pretty well, but still there's like Palkia takes him out pretty quick and all this kind of stuff, which there's supposed to be counters. But again, I think even though he's one of the more useful Megas in Ubers, I don't think you'll see him as much as you should for him being banned up there. Yeah, like OU, because he's so. The big thing with Mega Mawile is it's so slow. I know it has priority Sucker Punch, but they're also making it so that Dark types aren't as viable and easy to knock things out with. Like, because they brought in Fairy types which resist. Steel no longer resists, but it still can take a hit from a Sucker Punch. For the most part. What else resists Dark type? Fighting type. A lot of things resist the Dark type now, and it's easy to get around Sucker Punch if you're thinking about it. I mean, there's some mind games that can be played, and then there's the whole argument of, well, you can just burn a Mega Mawile. You can bring in El Rotom and just burn him, which works. I don't know how common it is, but I do have a Mega Mawile that has Facade just for that purpose. But again, I don't think that's really popular with Mega Mawile because there's so many other moves you can run on him. But like, it's weird because it could stay in OU, but at the same time, it wrecks so many things in OU. It could be in Ubers, so it's really weird. Mega Mawile, personally, I could care less what tier it was in, because Earthquake and Flamethrower usually take it out pretty quick. But yeah, let's just look at his other stats. In fact, yeah, like defense is 125, which is its highest stat. So like Earthquakes, it can kind of live one sometimes, especially after Intimidate. That's one of the biggest things. It is normal Mawile runs Intimidate, so it can live in Earthquake if it's invested in defense. And like special defense is 95, which isn't terrible either. But again, its speed is 50. Same thing with its HP. It doesn't have much for HP or speed. That's what I feel makes Mega Mawile not useful in Ubers at this time, because there are so many things that can outspeed and kill it. But again, it's already been decided Mega Mawile is in Ubers, and depending on what Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire does, it could change that. It could make it so Mega Mawile's back in OU, or 7th gen might change it, because like Excadrill. Excadrill's perfect example of this. Excadrill was in Ubers for Black and White, but I don't even know where he's at now. Excadrill Smogon tier. Let's see, Black and White, Neo. We want XY tiers. I think he's in OU right now, but he might even be in UU. X and Y Aftermath, Excadrill. I don't see it right now. I'm trying to... He's either OU or UU, but he was like the big Ubers Pokemon for a long time. Yeah, I could pull up Pokemon Showdown, I guess. But I don't know if that'll work because my computer did just crash, and if you guys know, it's been crashing a lot lately. And I just have to essentially restart it. But, yeah, it's kind of annoying. Oh, yeah, great, all my teams are gone on Showdown, so I have to rebuild them. But, nope, not OU, none. Add Pokemon. Excadrill. Yeah, Excadrill is OU right now, where he was Uber's last generation, and you rarely even see him in OU at this time. You don't see Sandrush as much because they changed that mechanic, but I don't know how they'd be able to change it to make Mega Mawile down to OU again. Maybe just more threats for him. Maybe Mega Salamence is enough to be taking care of Mega Mawile with like Earthquake and Fire Blast and all that stuff. Or who else have they released so far? I'm just trying to run through the... Maybe Mega Swampert will be able to take him down. I don't know. Again, for now, Mega Mawile's in Ubers, and that's just how it's going to be. I'm not really into the whole laddering thing, so I'm not going to go ladder and try and get him back down if there ever is a suspect test again. But again, I don't really care either way. I'll just make an Ubers team with Mega Mawile on it. So, yeah. That's really all I've got to say at this time. Sorry if it's a little unprofessional and not too exciting, but it's a start. It's a start. So if you guys want to see more of these kind of videos, let me know. Comment section down below. And thank you for listening. And again, comment section below. Let me know if you think Mega Mawile should or should not have been banned to Ubers. Remember, just because he's banned to Ubers doesn't mean you can't use him. You just have to play with him in the Ubers tier. And that's only for things that are following Smogon rules. You don't have to do it on Wi-Fi. You don't have to do it on Battlespot or VGC. Mega Mawile's still there. All that good stuff. So just remember to do your research before you start bad talking bad talking Smogon because of their decisions, and it is the community deciding, but it is only the top players. I don't know where the cutoff is to be able to vote, so they kind of know what's going on, I guess, in their tiers. But yeah, I'm not going to go into that whole stuff, all that biased and all that kind of stuff. It's just here for purely factual information. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye. Hello everyone, and thanks again for watching the video. If you could, hit that like button right below this video. It really helps out the channel. And you can see that subscribe button right on your screen there. If you want to see more of this kind of content, click right on there and it'll subscribe you to this channel. And I also laid out some other videos for you guys to check out. Be sure to click on those, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye!